A shocking news once again shakes the South Korean entertainment world. Jin finally speaks up by revealing a dark fact that has been kept secret all this time, while HYBE is accused of hiding a serious problem involving Jungkook. This statement immediately made ARMY cry, while also raising a big question. Is all the perfect image that has been shown so far just an illusion formed to protect the interests of the industry? Jin's openness is considered a moment that was never imagined before. So far, BTS is known to be solid, protected from internal issues, and always appears as a symbol of harmony. However, behind the glitter of the stage and the image that has been built, Jin's statement seems to tear the curtain that has been covering the reality. He mentioned that there is something big that is deliberately hidden, and it is directly related to Jungkook. Immediately, the public began to speculate. What exactly is the problem that HYBE has been carefully guarding all this time? The accusations against HYBE are getting stronger after this statement circulated. Not only because Jin spoke, but also because many small signs that were previously considered normal are now being questioned. Jungkook's attitude, which at times seemed gloomy, the absence of official clarification regarding certain issues, to the difference in narratives between the media and the reality on the ground, are now all considered pieces of a puzzle that form a bigger picture. The public feels that HYBE seems to be building a fortress of information, turning a deaf ear to the concerns of fans, and trying to maintain the company's image rather than providing clarity. The most painful thing for ARMY is the emergence of the impression that Jungkook is facing enormous pressure, but is left alone without real protection. Some fans even mentioned that Jungkook's expression in some of the last moments no longer reflects happiness, but deep fatigue. If it's true that HYBE is covering up the problem, it means that Jungkook has been bearing everything alone all this time, wrote an ARMY in a comment that went viral on social media. Jin's statement further reinforces this speculation, so fans' tears are unstoppable. The question is now getting sharper. Why did Jin choose to speak now? Many industry observers assess that Jin's courage is not an impulsive act, but a decision driven by a sense of responsibility. As one of the oldest members, he knows that silence will only make things worse. By conveying these dark facts, Jin seems to want to send a message that this problem should no longer be underestimated. However, his statement also opens up a field of controversy that is difficult to avoid, because it indirectly puts HYBE in a defensive position. HYBE itself has so far remained silent. There is no official statement that answers the accusation of hiding Jungkook's problem. This silence actually reinforces public suspicion. If there is nothing to hide, why doesn't a company as big as HYBE immediately provide a clarification that is calming? This delay in response raises new speculation. Is there a communication strategy that is deliberately arranged to delay the truth, or is the problem too big to be discussed openly? For ARMY, this situation is a heavy emotional test. They are not only disappointed with HYBE, but also feel betrayed because they have always believed that BTS is always in a healthy and safe environment. "We are crying not only because of Jungkook, but because our trust is broken," wrote a fan. ARMY's tears reflect the collective pain of a global fandom that has been giving full support for many years. From an academic perspective, this phenomenon shows how vulnerable the relationship between the entertainment industry, artists, and fans is. When information is covered up, public trust will quickly collapse. In the case of BTS, Jin's involvement as an internal party makes the credibility of his statement difficult to deny. This is not just a rumor from the outside, but a voice from within that has a very strong moral and emotional weight. Now, the direction of the debate is widening. Will HYBE dare to be transparent and admit that there is a problem? Will the public get an answer about Jungkook's real condition? Or will the company still choose to remain silent, with the risk of further losing the trust of fans? All these questions are a hot topic of discussion on social media, international forums, to global media coverage. What is clear is that Jin has opened a new chapter in the journey of BTS and HYBE. The dark facts he revealed became a turning point that not only touched the hearts of ARMY, but also shook the pillars of trust in the Korean entertainment industry. Behind the tears of fans, there is a hope that the truth will soon be revealed, and that Jungkook, as a human, not just an idol, will finally get the justice and protection he needs. The wave of emotions that arose after Jin's statement revealed dark facts about HYBE and Jungkook was truly difficult to contain. ARMY's tears, public disappointment, and the flood of comments on social media are proof that this issue has shaken the foundation of trust that has been built so far. However, behind the hustle and bustle, a big question arises that should not be ignored. Is all of this really real, or just a narrative formed to attract public attention? Why did Jin's statement suddenly appear in the midst of BTS's condition, which is in the world spotlight? Is this a form of honesty that can no longer be contained, or is it a scenario played out to create an explosion in the media? This question is important because in the digital era, the line between fact and engineering is often so thin. Are we just being led to believe an emotional story without concrete evidence? ARMY's reaction is very natural, considering that they are fans who have been giving full love and loyalty. But shouldn't we also restrain ourselves and ask in situations like this, are our tears really based on truth, or are we becoming part of a big game designed to shake public opinion? If it's true that HYBE is covering up Jungkook's problem, this is certainly a big scandal. However, if it turns out that this news is exaggerated, wouldn't it tarnish BTS's own name? We need to reflect on one important thing. Who benefits from the circulation of issues like this? Is HYBE as a big company? Clearly not, because their reputation is at stake. Is Jin? It's hard to imagine, because he is known as a figure who doesn't like to provoke controversy. Then, is it possible that a third party is actually exploiting ARMY's emotions to create a wave of sensational opinions? These questions must be answered with a cool head, not with emotions alone. This kind of phenomenon is not the first time that it has happened in the entertainment industry. We have often seen how rumors, gossip, or even video clips uploaded on TikTok, YouTube, or Twitter can create an explosion of opinion in a matter of hours. But does every piece reflect the actual reality? Or is it just a small part of a narrative that is deliberately cut, framed, and enlarged to make it look dramatic? Are we aware that many online media rely on clicks, views, and engagement as their main fuel? So sensationalism is often used as a weapon. For ARMY, the deeper question is, how far are we willing to dig for the truth behind this news? Do we just want to believe in a narrative that touches emotions, or do we dare to face the facts even if they may be bitter? Do we prefer to follow the flow of speculation, or take a skeptical step by waiting for an official clarification that can be accounted for? We also need to question the credibility of the sources of information circulating. There are so many viral video clips on TikTok, long threads on Twitter, or YouTube-style analyses that look convincing, even though they often come from personal assumptions or pieces of information without context. How can we ensure that what we read and hear is not just a neatly designed hoax? Shouldn't every piece of information be tested through strict verification before we make it a truth? It is at this point that the importance of skepticism lies. Skeptical does not mean rejecting outright, but rather delaying belief until there is strong evidence. The question we have to ask is, where is the irrefutable evidence? What can show that HYBE is really covering up Jungkook's problem? Does Jin's statement have an official recording?